Hello, race fans. Peter Mackay here, welcoming you to the beautiful Lime Rock Park for the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada, live here on Apex Racing TV, the iRacing Esports Network, and the Porsche Canada Facebook page. I'll be joined today in the booth by my colleague Marco Barbanera over in Rome. Marco, it's a pleasure to have you here. What are you looking forward to about this race here at Lime Rock Park?
Well, first of all, thanks a lot, Peter, for introducing me. Hello, everyone. I've had the privilege of being in the commentary booth, but doing the cameras for the first two rounds, and I've seen how exciting and close and very respectful the races are in this championship. Lime Rock Park is a unique place to race. So we shall see. Especially we are doing the Grand Prix layout, therefore we have that nasty chicane there at the foot of the hill, but then we have the full layout with the nice double right-hander to end the lap, so it's going to make for some very interesting racing, extremely tight to that chicane, but it also provides for a passing opportunity, which this track doesn't have a lot of them because you have only that, and I think you can have turn one if you're very brave. So certainly an interesting dynamics with all these beautiful Porsche 718 GT4 cars.
Yeah, normally, you sometimes you just get a car and a track combination that just works, and I think this little 718 GT4 Cayman is just perfect for this circuit, Marco, because as you say, Lime Rock, really tricky circuit, completely unique, less than a minute to get round here, and we're just coming down to that nasty little chicane, as you said, right now. And I think with a field that's this close anyway, a track position is obviously very well gained, but today it's going to be even more important. So this 15-minute open qualifying session for our drivers right now is going to be absolutely critical. In fact, I would say that these 15 minutes are the most important 15 minutes of the night, because getting that track position is just vitally important. Now, normally on iRacing, usually the drivers will get to set 2 fast laps with the entire track to themselves, but in a session like this, they're all out on track at the same time. And with 30 cars in the grid, well, as you can see, it's on screen, it's very busy. So actually getting some clear track, Marco, is going to be really tricky. And you'll see in the top right of our screen, just underneath the Porsche logo there, you'll see just how busy the track is. Not much spare tarmac at all. So that's going to be important in the race, but probably even more so in the qualifying, I think, Marco.
Absolutely correct. You need to have a clean run around here, because with lap times so close to each other, of course, the minimum mistake, the minimum error can cost you several tenths, and several tenths around here are quite a lot of positions. But you were right in pointing that up in the track map there. There is not a lot of space. Ian Gagnon Renault at the moment looks like he could have a nice lap with all this clean track in front of him. But apart from him and probably the guy in 33rd, Brady Gobble right here, you can see every other car on the track has to contend with some sort of traffic. And this makes for an even more exciting qualifying session, even more tense, of course. I'm actually quite shocked that the gap between first and second is 1.5 tenths, which is quite a lot if you think about it. But of course, we know with still half of qualifying left, many surprises can still happen.
You're absolutely spot on there, yes. And because normally 1.5 tenths, you would think, okay, not too bad. But when you consider the first to 23rd is covered by only 1 second. Now, I know we have a short lap here at Lime Rock Park, but we've seen that 2 weeks ago at Watkins Glen and 4 weeks ago at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, where the field is so close together. Because this, if you're new to the series here, first of all, welcome and thank you for joining us here in the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada. This competition, the 30 drivers that qualified for this series, did so on merit. They all had to qualify and set lap times to be able to get involved in this series. And Porsche wanted to find the fastest sim racers in Canada, and that's what we have on screen for you. So the drivers actually had to set a cumulative lap time across 3 different circuits, and all those times were added up together to get a slot. Now, we have a lot, thanks to Porsche, we have some incredible prizes on offer for our drivers. And the grand prize given to the champion, who will be crowned in 2 weeks' time at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, the series champion will win a trip of a lifetime to Porsche Paradise, a dinner, overnight stay, and Porsche track experience, or ice driving. They will also win a Porsche Bluetooth speaker, a Porsche jacket and bag, 100 iRacing credits as well. That's quite a prize, Marco. I'm quite jealous of these drivers getting to go for such a wonderful prize.
I mean, the most racing I've ever done in real life is the trip from pit lane to my marshalling post at my local track at Vallelunga with my Toyota Aygo, very little car, no horsepower basically. So I would love to drive around my local racetrack with a Porsche car. These guys not only get to do that, but probably some of the best racetracks in the world, which are much better than my local track of Vallelunga. So, I mean, sounds like it's great because you see a lot of competitions being organized lately in these times, and most of them, yes, some of them have the good prizes, but they have some questionable driving. Others have some very good drivers and some questionable prizes. But this has like the best of both worlds. So it's great to be able to commentate on this, and of course all with basically the support of Porsche Canada, which put some very good stuff on the line for these drivers. Not that they were already highly motivated, because I think just being first in a field like this is an absolute honor for any of these drivers.
I totally agree with you. I think if you want any kind of numerical view on that, just look at the timesheets right now. Now the top 25 covered by less than a second. You're looking at the driver in 25th, Sam Fellows. I actually commentate on another series where he drives in that, and he's one of the front runners, and it's a very competitive series. William Levesque, now we should mention this, William Levesque, second place in the championship. He's in 20th right now. The 144 William Levesque is in 20th place, and our championship leader, Brandon Hawken, is currently in provisional pole position in the 99 machine. Just a quick update on the championship points. Brandon Hawken has won the first 2 races of the season, but only narrowly on both occasions from William Levesque, and he only leads the championship by 6 points coming into Lime Rock Park. So for Levesque, he can't afford to qualify down in 20th place, especially on a track like this here at Lime Rock Park.
More to your point, the driver we are watching right now, number 121, Tony Klusterman, actually my first venture into commentary in sim racing was with the European V8 Championship, Ironay Racing, many years ago, and Tony has won the championship 2 times, and he's still one of the best 3-4 drivers in that league, always fighting for wins. And I've had the chance to talk to him a lot in the past few years, and he's 24th. I mean, it's amazing, and he can go head to head with some of the best drivers on this side of the pond. As Brandon Hawken, by the way, improves on his time, 55.236, and gets even quicker time on the board, 1/10 and a half better than Mike Dam in second place. Mike Dam, of course, a regular of our Rick Motec broadcasts on Apex Racing TV on Monday nights. And so is Ian Gagnon Renault, who's sitting in 4th place right now, but waiting on waiting. I mean, there's not a lot of time to wait, because this qualifying session really went away quickly. We are only 1 minute and a half away from the checkered flag, and I'm still waiting on some improvements, because some of these drivers are really, I mean, even Workup, another driver that is been racing Indy cars for a long time. I've shared the track with him a couple of times when I was a decent with Indy car. I'm not anymore. As James David jumps up into second place now. Same time, no, sorry, almost the same time as Mike Dam and Jake Thompson, also up to fourth.
Very, very close indeed. But the thing is, here at Lime Rock, if you make a mistake, the consequences are high. Although in a lot of corners there is plenty of runoff, all of that runoff is grass. And to be honest, it might as well be sheet ice or snow, because here on iRacing particularly, if you get onto that grass, it is just so slippery, and the amount of time required to get back onto track is such a penalty. And of course, for these drivers, we've got 45-minute race here at Lime Rock Park, so it's going to be a real battle all the way through. And I have to say, I have to echo your sentiments, Marco, about the effort that Porsche Canada put on for this series. And I think I always love commentating on races with Porsches because I'm a bit of a historian. I do like racing history, and Porsche's history is completely intertwined with motorsport, and every track I seem to commentate on, they always have an amazing story to tell. And if you some Porsche fans watching, they might remember the RS Spider that Roger Penske's organisation ran in the American Le Mans series a couple of years ago, or a few years ago now. And that car actually won outright in the ALMS here at Lime Rock Park, beating the all-dominant diesel Audis, and that was just down to its handling. Now, this little Cayman, a little bit more simple compared to the RS Spider, but a wonderful race car. Brilliant balance. It's mid-engine, 3.8 litres, normally aspirated, of course, and over 400 horsepower as well with the 6-speed PDK gearbox. So, qualifying checkered flag is out, so let's see if anybody's got anything left on their final lap, Marco.
And maybe James Walker, good first sector, pedestrian second and third. Fourth sector, he comes on the start-finish line right now as we have a big wreck there at the back. Walker will improve, but still in 10th place, Giovanni Romano. Romano, by the way, is Italian for, from the city of Rome, so, maybe some of his family is, from Rome just like me, was in the past. Does not improve his time, same for Mike Dam. We have Nathan Bartley left and Dmitry Malkov, and that will be that for your qualifying session, as we we just have a second to wait before we can actually show you the starting grid. So just a quick look at the weather. 22 degrees, so perfect tarmac conditions. Bit of wind, 14 kilometers per hour, and a 70% humidity, as we are getting ready to show you the starting grid for this third, if I'm not mistaken, race of the season.
It is indeed. So here it is then, on pole position, your championship leader, the number 99 of Brandon Hawken. Alongside him on the front row will be James David. Third will be Mike Dam, alongside the man from Rome, maybe, Giovanni Romano. Fifth will be Jake Thompson in the 91, and look at that, William Levesque in the 1-4, second in the championship, pulls out a lap time just when he needs it. Well done, that man. Seventh on the grid will be Ian Gagnon Renault, alongside Matt Corrins. In the next row will be Brodie Goebel and James Walker. 11th will be Corey Whiteman from Faf. And 12th will be Nathan Bartley in the 333. 13th will be Newton alongside Eric Bourdois. 15th will be Dmitry Malkov alongside Chris Trickett. 17th will be Evan Leon in the 00 machine alongside Jordan Dion Gilbert. 19th will be Alex Ellis alongside Richard Hibbs. 21st will be Stephen Warkup alongside Sebastian Ionita. 23rd will be Brian Carey in the 79 machine alongside Tony Klusterman. And 25th in another Faf Motorsports machine, Sam Fellows in the 35. We're going to get a full pace lap here. It's not a long lap at Lime Rock. So, very fittingly, our iRacing.com Porsche 911 pace car is about to lead us round for the pace lap, and we will have a rolling start for 45 minutes of racing here at the beautiful Lime Rock Park.
Peter, you were talking about Porsche and you were talking about history. Actually, very recently, I've had a chance to have to do some camera work for the Dinner with Racers guys, which I know you know very, very well. And in one of the races, a special guest in the commentary box was none other than Alvin Springer, of course, probably the guy who made possible for Porsche to race in North America in the 70s and 80s, and of course all their great triumphs. And he has so many cool stories to tell. And I was just there doing the camera, so I didn't interact with him, but just to be there and soaking up all of the stories he had to tell, and of course a very interesting off-the-air conversation he had with the dinner with the racers guys. It was absolutely amazing, and one of the biggest joys I think of the last few months is being able to know personalities like him, even from a little bit of a distance, but just in the commentary box, and learn a lot more about sports car history and racing history in general.
Oh, you're making me so jealous, Marco, as a fellow Porsche fan. And of course, you're right. In that period through the 70s and 80s, Porsche were completely dominant with 19 IMSA class wins around that time, alongside 4 Trans Am wins as well. But we're here in 2020 and we're about to go racing here in the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada. Number 99, Brandon Hawken, is going to lead us away. It will not be long before our Porsche 911, the big brother of the Cayman, will pull in and let this swarm of 30 drivers get going here at Lime Rock Park as we're heading down the downhill bend. As Marco said, a beautiful double right-hander, almost flat. I'm sure these drivers maybe take it flat, but so Brandon Hawken waits for his opportunity. He'll have the car in just the perfect gear. We wait for him to punch the throttle and open up all of those 425 horsepower from this flat 6 engine, and he is off. What a rocket start from the number 99 Brandon Hawken, who leads 89 of Davis into turn 1.
Oh yeah, some drama in the back. Bourdois and Ellis, they are both off.
Oh, that's Alex Ellis and Eric Bourdois. Oh, dear me, that's a very second-hand looking car. So Alex Ellis was starting quite far down the grid, but Brandon Hawken, he is wasting absolutely no time. Look at the distance he's pulled out, Marco. Probably 5 or 6 car lengths as he goes into the chicane. He doesn't want to have anybody bothering him. He knows that his championship contender, William Levesque, is back in 6th place. And whoa, look at this. Oh my goodness me, this is like a karting race here. Look at this, 3 wide coming into West Bend. Wow, this is all happening here, and it's so narrow here at Lime Rock Park, but great respect from the drivers. Just shows you the quality that we have on show here.
Not only that, but also those big curves can really unsettle your car. Oh, we have a massive hit there at the back for, I think it's Tony Klusterman and Richard Hibbs, as you can see there in the back. Bourdois entering pit road. So a bit of a chaotic first lap, as still we have cars. Nelson Mason is going around there in the first corner. I think he's the only one that had issues there. So the drivers are trying to sort themselves out, as you can see, entering the chicane for the second time. You are quite correct. Hawken has really pulled a bit of a gap over David and Mike Dam, as let's see what happened to Richard Hibbs.
Oh, so that car is looking very, very sad and beaten up. Richard Hibbs in the 15 machine. And yeah, that car obviously not very healthy at all, just looping round there, coming through turn 1. What a pity for him. But back at the front, Brandon Hawken, another purple lap time, 55.9. Goodness me, I couldn't go all day and get that lap time, but he's got it straight out of the gate. And I have to say, Marco, these are really important laps here for Brandon Hawken. If he can put in some proper qualifying laps here, he can get a cushion which he can then manage for the rest of this 45-minute race.
Absolutely, because we know that sooner rather than later these guys are going to add into some traffic. And as a matter of fact, let's bring up the track map, and you can see right now it's all nice and dandy for our race leader, but with the nature of this racetrack, and because of the several cars that are in the pits right now, we might see some traffic even earlier than expected. And I'm expecting traffic to play a big part in this race, especially because it's very, very, very tough to get passing opportunity around here, and you really need a lot of cooperation from your fellow competitors if you want to get past, even in a lapping situation on this racetrack.
Yeah, you do. You're absolutely right. And Hawkins on that lap was 0.2 of a second quicker than anybody there, than the nearest fastest driver. And again, normally most laps, 0.2 not that much, but around Lime Rock, it really is on a 55-second lap. And he's opened up a 1.3 second advantage from Davis in second place. So he's everything he needs to do. Remember, he won the first 2 races of the season, both at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park and then at Watkins Glen 2 weeks ago. So we've only got 1 round after this. In 2 weeks' time, the finale at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. And oh no, Davis is on the grass, but he's held it, well held. I tell you what, the traction control system in that GT4 Cayman must have been working overtime there as he came out of the final bend.